Rafael Nadal shared what doctors told him about his season-ending injury ahead of his comeback at the Brisbane International. Rafael Nadal has admitted that the toughest part of his year on the sidelines came after he received false hope that he could return for the clay swing. The 22-time Grand Slam winner is preparing to make a comeback in Brisbane after a left PSO's injury derailed his 2023 season. He originally thought he'd be back within just 8 weeks after getting positive news from doctors, which quickly proved to be untrue. Nadal will be back in action on Tuesday as he faces Dominic Thiem in his first singles match since last year's Australian Open. The 37-year-old faced a grueling few months and, in May, called a press conference in which he officially ended his season and revealed that 2024 would likely be his final year on the tour. The Spaniard then underwent arthroscopic surgery in June and, following weeks of uncertainty, got back to the practice court before confirming he'd be able to make a comeback. But the former world number one has now revealed that the most difficult period of his year on the sidelines came towards the beginning when it emerged that he wouldn't be able to play in the French Open and other clay tournaments. It's a long story because there have been different phases. After Australia at the beginning, we thought that after 8 weeks we will be back. That's what they told me, Nadal said ahead of his comeback in Brisbane. That phase was difficult to accept because at the end, as you can imagine, my biggest goal was to come back for the clay court season, and especially for the last part of the clay court season. The doctors were very positive about that when the injury happened. That process probably has been the most difficult one. Despite receiving a short recovery time frame, Nadal failed to see any improvement and began pulling out of each clay tournament as the weeks passed. He continued, "After 8 weeks I felt that I was very similar to the beginning in terms of injury. I was week after week, the frustration higher and higher because it was Monte Carlo, then Barcelona, then Madrid, then Rome. Situation has been the same. The most important goal for me was Roland Garros. That's when I had to make my press conference and say I can't keep going. After getting through the toughest part, Nadal decided to have an operation on the eve of his 37th birthday. Explaining how the option for surgery came about, he added, "In that moment I didn't know that I had to go for a surgery process. Then we come back to doctors. We had different opinions.